everyone, today we're going to be doing a review of the 2015 MacBook Pro, the device that I'm using to do all my video editing for this lengthy project. I have a lot of positive and not so positive things to say, so let's get right into it. The latest model of the MacBook Pro includes all the things we've come to expect out of Apple over the years. The speakers are still great, loud, but not so loud that they're going to ruin your hearing. The build quality is superb, with anodized aluminum that sparkles in your hands, and the keyboard is still wonderful, with a great backlighting that works fantastically in the dark. There are a few new features that Apple has included in the MacBook 2015 that need some fine-tuning. The new trackpad, while nice, is very tricky to use and on occasion causes me frustrations. The new software features are also very useful, but only when they work with the applications that I need them to. Apple needs to make a few design tweaks before their Pro lineup is ready for another iteration. First, however, I'd like to focus on what Apple did right. Apple is the standard of user-centered design, and their products have always been the easiest to pick up and use, making them very accessible, both in simplicity and operability. All this while hiding the perceptibility of the concepts behind closed doors, which is a great incorporation of the 80-20 rule. The Mac also incorporates on this in its wonderful menu interface that allows you to organize your files based on preference, date, time added, name, whatever you want. The menu system doesn't overwhelm the user with choices, however, as you're not given an infinite number of options to choose from. Getting used to the gestures of the MacBook Pro is the hard part, but after using them for a while they become second nature and are very easily recalled, and also extremely useful when switching between applications. I also really like the material that Apple designed the 2015 MacBook Pro out of, which is 7000 series anodized aluminum, much like their iPhone 6 and 6S. I really like the aesthetic consistency that Apple has between their products, because I never really think that the Mac is clashing with any of my other technology, which is also typically Apple products. Now I'd like to take you through some of the design features that I believe Apple needs to make some changes to before the 2016 Pro comes out. The trackpad has been equipped with what Johnny Ive calls Force Touch, which uses a taptic engine to determine the amount of pressure you're using. Typically what it does is look up terms in the dictionary if you force your finger down hard enough. I usually end up searching for things that I don't really care to look up, or that I'm trying to copy and I accidentally press my finger down too hard. I mentioned earlier that there were software annoyances, but the dual screen mode is the main feature that I wish worked better. While it works well enough when using two Google Chrome web pages, I found that it doesn't work well for programs that I'd actually like to use it for, namely Xcode and iMovie. Something that's more of a sleeper design flaw is the battery life. You notice over time that your MacBook Pro goes from sipping power to gulping power. Just in editing this video over the past few hours, I've noticed a drop from 100% to 30%. This drastic change in battery life over the short period that I've owned the laptop is a design trade-off that you don't really notice until you've bought it. I wish I could go more into detail about the MacBook Pro and what I like and dislike about it, but I do have a few suggestions for Apple before releasing the 2016 Pro model. Although I like the uniformity of their products, Apple should work on making the material a little bit more comfortable to hold in your hand. If this means lowering the aluminum strength to 6000 series so that it makes it more malleable, I think it's an even trade-off. I also believe that Apple should change split screen mode to work with the applications that they themselves designed. I also believe that Apple should make design changes in its battery, seeing as this is the most expensive part to fix when something goes wrong. I couldn't imagine going a day without using my MacBook Pro, and although I harped over some of the negative features, Apple has honestly created one of the most user-friendly products that I've used in my life. As a result, I chose this laptop to edit this video on, something that I picked up on this weekend, and I think that speaks for itself. Have a good day and thanks for watching.